Just come across this old school satellite program from Russia, Cold War era, called Moln Aya. I probably butchered that. Which essentially started in 1965 and was a satellite program that was supposedly giving them coverage in the North Pole area, early warning system. Obviously from America, that direction, given the tension and all the hype that went on in the Cold War during that time. Yeah, and this program supposedly started in 1965. Again, just the way I think. I thought, wouldn't it be interesting to see if a new spy Russian communication plane with perhaps a radar dome that would do the job that these supposed satellites are doing. Wouldn't it be interesting if a plane like that came out that year? And sure enough, it turns out the Tu-126 plane came out that year. Exactly as described, radar dome, stroke early warning communication, airborne early warning and control. Came out in 1965. Who would have thought? Now, considering the satellites were covering, or supposedly covering, the North Pole kind of region, it'd be interesting to find if these were based somewhere near that region. Let's have a look. Operation history. 8 production aircraft were built in addition to the prototype from between 65 to 68, and all were nominally based at Siali, I can't even pronounce that, Air Force Base. I haven't got a clue where that is, so let's find out. Interesting, it turns out it's in the Northern Europe area, near the Baltic Sea. Northern Europe, not too far away from the North Pole area at all. And of course, we'll give that detection system against America across the way here that the supposed satellite program that launched the same year was supposedly doing. That's quite revealing, isn't it? Very revealing. I love looking at these timelines. I really do. Now, the Tu-126 retired in 84 and has now been replaced by this 1970s beast, the A-50, which of course is still in operation today, which again, incredibly revealing, just like I revealed and highlighted with the US Navy and their dependence on the E-2 Hawkeye the other day. It's exactly the same for Russia. These planes, these spy planes, do the job of supposed satellites, whether it be spying, radar, electrical, jamming, whatever. These planes do the job the satellites supposedly do. And that's why, of course, we've got 1960s and 70s planes with radars on it flying about doing that job. It's very obvious at this point. So we've got this beast now doing the job these days that the E-2 and the E-3 do for the American army. This thing, the A-50, does it for the Russian, Soviet army. And I thought, have the Russians got an equivalent of the U-2? Because if they have, it's not very well known. Because what would be their equivalent of the U-2, i.e. their actual spy satellite? Surely they've got something high altitude that might resemble the U-2, because obviously they need to fake the spy satellite. And obviously they would need to have a spy plane, a high altitude one that could do that. And I'm not aware they've got one. So let me do some digging. What do you know? Who would have thought? The Russians have got their very own equivalent of the U-2 high altitude spy plane, which I've already highlighted in a previous video, is the American space satellite with its different modular payloads that do multiple different tasks, spying optically being one of them. So fancy that. The Russians have got their own U-2 equivalent plane, spy plane. See how obvious it is at this point in time, guys. Both sides have got the same tech, very old school spy planes, 60s and 70s planes with radar domes on the top. Those are your satellites, guys.